This is a bean. This is a normal bean. Without the ears, a normal bean. A red bean, kidney bean, does not betray the ears. Only in certain instances the ears will appear. So, anyways, that's a bean, but it's backward bean, same thing. So, put that away for here. Maybe we'll stick this on top, like that. Like that. Anyways, alright. So, backward bean, yawning, stretching out the little limbs in the morning. And, they went to the calendar, and on the calendar it shows different activities they have for the day. They're very prepared, they like to keep little notes and whatnot. But for today, on the calendar, let me take this out again. On one of the sides with the calendar, it looks like tic-tac-toe, but just pretend this is part of it. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, today is well, no, it was yesterday. No, it's someday in the story. The 7th has the snake on it. See the little snake? And that was the day. They woke up in the morning, they looked at the calendar and saw that it was Python Pit Day. So they gathered up all the things that they needed. Of course, they needed the big Bowie knife. Big Bowie knife. It's shaped funny, but here's the blade part right here. This is the sharp part, and this is more of the dull part here. They got the big Bowie knife out. They got the clothes ready, the belt, the leather belt, and they got everything as got most of the snake in his mouth. Of course, there was the head and the tail that was hanging out, and Bean got on top of the toad and threw a little piece of vine found on a tree around the toad under its neck to kind of hold on, but not hurting Rory. And they started hopping away. Boing, 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 boing. All the way back to, well, they had to go to the village in Louisiana. It was the town of Midgetville. So, nobody knows why it's called Midgetville, but I think it is something else. It's just pronounced midget. So, or midget, not midget, but midget, M-I-J-I-D, Midgetville. So, the toad bounded back with Bean on top, boing, 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 all the way to Midgetville. And there they had the offices for snakes, and those snakes that were let go, they weren't allowed to be let go. So the office, which was the mayor of the Midgetville, was a lima bean, and you know lima beans are they're not very fun beans. They're very lima beanish. They're, the beans that are left on the side of the plate, but not eaten. They're just forgotten. That's a lima bean. And you can see by the mayor being a lima bean, very not fun. But Mr. Lima Bean, I'm forgetting his name. I think the lima bean's name was Tom. Tom the lima bean. Well, Tom saw the snake and was like, "My goodness me, what a very nice snake you got there. Well, we do give it a reward for the snake. We'd like to give you we'd like to give you 22 golden shillings for the snake." Of course, Bean was like, "Well, I don't care about money. I'd actually like a lifetime supply of I would like a lifetime supply of string, because I can use string for things, and I need to tie my shoes." And bending down to Bean's shoes, there were no laces, and that would have been perfect. So the mayor decided to